Yo, yo, what is up? Hey guys, Celine,
Hi, Alan. Good to see you.
Joel, good. Kelvin,
Aaron, nice to see you.
visitor number 2199647112. Welcome. Isaac, Niral, good to see you. Man, they're coming in. Dujam, welcome. Good morning. All right, guys, we are going to get started. I do not have much time today. And so I want to make sure we get as much time as we can together. So I'm going to try to keep everyone in here. We're just going to get started. All right, cool. Let me pull up my notes. All right. Okay. Hey guys. All right, we're going to start. First of all, I would love for you to post in the comments what is the service you provide right now, and if you're an agency, contractor, freelancer, what is the service you provide? I want to get a kind of an idea of where you're at. SEO, okay, cool. Product strategy, fractional CMO, awesome. Paid ads, cold email, ooh, video testimonial, email strategist, okay. Tech development, customer support, outbound appointment setting, amazing. Agency, great. CMO, R&D tax credit, BDB lead gen. Okay, cool, awesome, great. So you guys are, it sounds like all of you have a service, or at least have something that you're thinking of. Here is what we're going to go over today. Okay. First of all, if everyone could please mute themselves, just so that we don't get any interruptions. I am going to I'm going to share my screen with you. And oh, I can mute all, huh? Okay. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Here's what we're going to go over today. Listen, I only have an hour to spend with you. First of all, I am so excited to meet with you guys. This is the first time that I've shared any of this stuff with anyone, and I've actually kicked a lot of marketers out of the SaaS Growth Hacks group because I was providing services, and what I noticed was there are people that were competing with me, and you know, I after working in SaaS for so long, I realized there's way too much business for just me. Way too much opportunity. I cannot possibly solve all these problems. And I have tried. I've tried to solve all the problems. And it got to the point where I had too much business, too much stuff coming in from the group. And I couldn't handle it all. My daughter was born 5 months ago, and she went to the NICU, and my life was turned upside down. I no longer had time to deliver services. I couldn't run an agency anymore. And so I had to change everything in my life. And that was a big thing for me. And what I realized during that time was that I was getting people reaching out to me and saying they need help, and I couldn't deliver. I couldn't do it. I couldn't serve these people. And they were like, all right, well, we're ready to buy, you know? But let me backtrack. So up to that point, over the past 2 years, I have been building out what I believe to be the perfect SaaS services business. But not only that, I've created what I think is a model that anybody can come into and fit themselves into, no matter what they are. If you're a strategic guy, great. If you're somebody that wants to just provide CMO services, awesome. If you want to provide an entire agency, that's great. This model works for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you today what SaaS companies really need, based on all the work that I've done. I'm going to show you the services you can deliver, how to find customers with zero ad spend, and I only have an hour. Okay, so I can't possibly fit everything into this hour. I have spent probably, I did the calculations. I know for a fact I spent at least $100,000 trying to figure this out, buying coaching programs, experimenting with my time, spending years trying to figure this out. And so I'm going to give as much as I can to you in the next hour. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you how to get more of my help if you want it. Okay, I'll show you how to shortcut this process, how to get your first few clients, how to get some services you could sell right away. And if you have services that you already want to sell, I'm going to help you shortcut how to sell those, and get into this market without spinning your wheels. Okay, I'll explain that at the end. Is that okay? You guys okay with that? Can you put like a yep in the chat, just so you know that that's okay? All right. Okay, cool. Isaac, good. Perfect. Okay, let's do it. So first of all, I'm not rich. Okay. I'm working out of a hotel lobby right now. I get to work from home. I don't have to worry about money. I own my own house. I have 2 new cars, but I'm not rich. Okay, but I don't have to worry about money, and I never will, because of what I'm going to show you today. It is because I'm kind of lazy. If I had like the go-getter, like 10x grinder attitude, I would probably be rich. But I just don't want to. I just don't like working very much sometimes, and I like to spend time with my family. So, but what I've been able to do has allowed me to live this lifestyle. Okay, so I'm not promising you guys that you're going to be millionaires in Forbes. But what I'm going to show you today is how to serve SaaS companies in a way that no one else is serving them, because I figured it out. Okay, and also I started a group. And it's a group where this is a free group on Facebook where you can join, and we can chat about all the stuff that we're learning today. Okay, you can ask questions. I'm going to give you some bonus trainings in that group. It's going to be really cool. And let me get the link real quick for it, and then I'll share it in here. Okay. All right, let me know if you can see this. Can everyone see that link there? How to get SaaS clients. If you join it right now, I'm not opening it up to the public yet. So if you do join, I won't let you in for a couple of days. But don't worry, I'll let you in. Okay. All right. So why am I teaching you all these secrets? Right? I've been keeping this a secret for a long time. I kicked a lot of you out of the group. Probably. Those of you who I haven't kicked out, you're probably just like under the radar, right? Try not to get kicked out of the group, trying to promote your services, trying to help SaaS companies. I estimate that in the SaaS Growth Hacks group, it's probably around 40% marketers, growth hackers, 60% SaaS companies. And some of you probably made money from the group. Some of you probably got clients from the group. Bravo for you if you've been able to do that. But I'm going to show you how to not only get more clients using the group, but also how to get the owner's approval. Okay. There's millions of dollars to be made in this market. And but more importantly, there's companies here, and here's the mission, guys. Here's what I want you to understand is that you have to have a reason for doing what you're doing. It can't just be to make money. Okay, if you're just starting an agency because or you want to serve SaaS companies because it's an easy money, then you're going to really struggle. Okay, you have to have a cause. I'll tell you what my cause is. The enemy of the SaaS world are the VC-backed companies that have millions of dollars of funding, and they are here. They are they're Silicon Valley based, and their whole goal is to get funding, get users, and sell. And they are the enemy, okay? Because there's thousands of other SaaS companies who are started by tech founders who have way better products, who do not have the funding that they have, and who are being disregarded and being just like being totally ignored. Okay, and they're struggling to compete in this industry against their competitors, who oftentimes have they're not superior products, right? They're worse, and so you probably will have talked to founders that are like, we have a better product, but we're being outsold by everyone else. And again, I have nothing against VC-backed companies. Okay, I think it's great if you want to go do that. That's fantastic. But the kind of people that that I'm trying to serve are the ones that are bootstrapped, they're self-funded, they have rounds of friends and family, they might have some investment, but they're not the VC-backed $1 million companies, because that's where I feel like we can help. Okay, now if you want to go serve VC-backed companies, that's totally fine. But when I talk to people, I say, listen, the reason I'm here is because I want to help you get your product out because it's better than everyone else, better than the competitors. Okay. So if you come up with the right perspective, you're going to be able to make help impact millions of people. Okay, by serving SaaS, you serve their customers, and it's the perfect market. Okay, like these the SaaS companies that need the help the most are the ones that are tech-based founders. Do you guys know what that means? They're companies that are started by tech founders. They're not marketers. Why is that? Why is that a great industry to be in for us marketers? Can you put that in the chat?
Sibiu Basketball League, competiție pe care o organizăm sub formă de
campionat. Basketball leagues. This must not be
pentru echipe din oraș.
Super interesting.
De sub 10 ani și
I do not know how to, hold on.
Sub 12 ani. Pentru Robert ar fi foarte ok să joace această competiție alături de alți copii de vârsta lui.
I'm trying to find the mute all button. Does anybody know where that is?
De alți băieți, atât din grupa lui, dar și de la altă grupă. Ești interesat să joci? M-aș bucura foarte tare. Să particip la Liga de Basket?
Hold on, I'm gonna do it. Okay, looks like they're gone. Okay. Somebody says, this is so true. I started making a little money. The moment I started obsessing about helping and forgetting about making a quick buck. Yep. Been always hard to work with VC funded companies. Yep. Because they feel like they have all the money and they have all the answer. Yep. They don't have a go-to-market strategy. It's complementary areas, tech and marketing. Yep. 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 Okay. Exactly. They are. I think I have Romanian. Okay, let me find him. I'm sorry, Romanian. Oh, here we go. Okay. So exactly, they are. We are right-brained people. Most of us. Okay, there's some of you who are technical, who are providing technical services. And you've had to develop that part of your brain in order to sell your services, right? But a lot of these tech founders, they learn coding They learn development, and then they're forced to market their product and they have no idea how to do it. They have no idea. And so they spend years, or they buy all these courses, they try to figure it out. Everyone's saying Facebook ads, they're saying SEO, they're saying content. And when somebody comes in and says, hey, you focus on tech, let me take care of the growth for you, that is it's like nectar to them, right? It's like gold, because what these tech founders, what they really, really want is they want someone, an ideal world, what they would want is a CMO to come in for equity and grow the company without any out of pocket. Okay, and that's really hard. I've tried to do that. I've tried to go in and I've tried to become a CMO for equity, and you can do it, but it's challenging. Okay, but they're desperate to come in and have someone help. Okay, the problem is, and here's one of the big secrets, is they don't know what they need. Okay. And as marketers, let me ask you a question. Put this in chat. What do you think is the service that most SaaS companies need? And I'm not going to give you the answers because I really want you to think about this. I'm going to stretch your brain a little bit, because I feel like you'll really grasp this if I make you stretch your brain. So please comment, because if you engage in this, you're going to remember it. Okay. All right. I'm going to read some of these. So strategy. Okay, great. Getting new customers, customer success, lead gen, new paying customers, increasing MRR, growing MRR. Okay. A lot of lead generation stuff, right? Customer success, customer research, targeting right on. Yeah. How to increase LTV. Okay. Cool. Remote market, marketing. Yep. Knowing where to find the right customers for their product. Okay. Guess what? You're all right. You're all right, depending on where your customer is at. Let me ask you another question. Okay, you're a doctor. Okay, you're a doctor, and the SaaS company's a patient. They come in, they say, I have pain. What medicine do I need? What are you going to tell your patient? You have access to hundreds of medicines. Tylenol. Ben, by the way, oh my gosh, what a blast. Ben, by the way, went to college with his kid. He's not a kid anymore, but Tylenol, nothing. You're gonna ask more questions. Okay. Where's the pain? Good. What are your symptoms? Ooh, see, we're getting there. Yes. Oh, Isaac. Ding, ding, ding. Isaac got it. Isaac, you get a gold coin. Visitor 220295553. You got it. You don't know what they need. Exactly. You have to figure out what's wrong. You have to diagnose. Yeah, and how are you going to pay? Do you have insurance? First question you're asked is, how much money do you have? And that's we're gonna get to that in a second. We don't know. We don't know what they need. Okay, and a lot of companies. So when I started SaaS Growth Hacks, I asked a question, and when people join, I said, "What is the number one problem that you have growing your SaaS company?" Okay. The number one problem most people had was lead acquisition. Okay. So what do you think that I did? And this is the mistake that I made. Okay. So as the doctor, the patient came to me and said, I have chest pain. Okay. What do you think, being a newbie? Yes. I believed them. I thought that they knew what they needed. Now, if a doctor did that, if a patient came into you and said, hey, I got chest pain, I need opioids because I watched some YouTube videos and I've heard some people say that'll solve my chest pain. And as a doctor, I said, you betcha. How many do you need? Here's the cost. For how long? Do you know what that's called in the medical world? Prescribing without diagnosing. There's a word for that. Yeah, malpractice. And doctors will lose their license. Yeah, charlatan. Doctors will lose their license and sometimes go to jail and be sued for that. Why? Because they're putting their patient's life at risk by not diagnosing the problem. Okay, there's a very heavy penalty to pay for that. And you know what? That's exactly what we're doing when we think we know what people need, what these founders need. And guess what I did? I went in there and I tried solving the lead generation problem. And guess what happened? I went into a SaaS company, said, you need more leads? Let's get you more leads, right? And we started driving more leads. What do you think happened? Yep. Joel? Exactly.
just
Didn't have an
opened.
impact.
Leads up. Yeah.
Leads up, conversions down. Didn't convert. And guess what I realized? They don't know what they need. How many of you have had a client come to you and say, I need SEO, I need this, I need that, I need this, and you provide the service and it didn't have any effect or the effect that you wanted? How many of you have had that issue? Nobody? Yeah? Okay. All right, so 3 of you, which is pretty good. That's like, okay, I'll of you guys. All right, that has nothing to do with you and your ability to deliver. Nothing. Nothing to do with your expertise, with your ability to deliver. Has nothing to do with your value or your worth. If you've ever thought any of those things, as you've had clients say, I need to cancel, I want a refund, this is not working, it has nothing to do with your ability to deliver the product or service. It's because you gave them the wrong medicine. Because we believed them. We believe the founder, they must know what they want, right? They're in their business all the time, know what they want. And they're getting inundated with messages all the time, like, you know, run this, do this 30-day challenge, do the, you know, SEO is the secret, paid ads are the secret. Okay. I want to drive this home because this is the secret. Okay. This is what's going to really help you guys sell and deliver the service that SaaS companies really, really want, because they don't know what they want. And so what we need to sell them, what we need to give them is the diagnosis. Right? Some of you might call it a discovery or a strategy session or whatever. When I did it in my group, I called it the 72-point growth audit. I took what they did with the mechanics. Like a mechanics come in and we'll do a 32-point audit, right? We'll look at your carburetor, I almost called it a carbohydrator. That shows you how much I know about cars. Carburetor, we'll look at your tires, we'll look at your engine, we'll look at your fluids, right? And then we'll tell you what's wrong because we don't know. And guess what? The audit is going to be, how much is the audit going to cost? Most mechanics, some don't do this. They don't charge anything, right? They get the car up onto the whatever, the lift, right? They bring you outside and they say, hey, this is broken, that's not working. A lot of them won't actually, they won't let you go in there because of like, legal reasons. They don't have a car to fall on you or anything, but they'll tell you, like, they'll show you, like, here's all the things that are working. Would you like us to fix those for you? You've already got your car up on the lift. The mechanic's already there. He's got grease all over his hands, right? They know that if they can tell you what's wrong and then fix it for you right there, the chances of you hiring them to do it is much greater, right? I went into the hospital and I had like massive stomach pains, and they did the analysis and they said, you have a your kidney's gonna burst. We need to get you into the emergency room right now. What I didn't say was, all right, thanks to your diagnosis, let me go shop around for a second, get the best price. The price was not even an issue for me. It's like I was dying. I knew what it was and I had to get the problem fixed. Okay, that's how valuable an audit is. Some of you are asking, like, what kind of audit? Is it for acquisition? Answer is yes. You can audit any part of their business. You can have an audit on just lead acquisition. Okay, and you can say, if you're not sure what's generating leads for your business, let me come in and I will audit your business and I will show you where your leads are coming from. Do you have any idea how valuable that is for SaaS companies? They have no idea. I have talked to, man, I don't know if it's thousands, but it's pretty high up there. And I say, where are your customers coming from? And they say, we don't really know. We have no idea. If you come in and said, I will tell you where your best customers are coming from, do you have any idea how valuable that would be? And then once you tell them, guess what happens? They automatically trust you. Neural, that's funny. That's like a case study. I've got an offer like this. Upsold a $500 audit to a $60,000 and counting client. Bingo. You can do a financial audit, right? You can say, where are you losing your money? You can do a cold outreach audit, right? What I did is I did a full audit. I analyzed 4 specific areas, and I'll get to those in a second. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, you may be asking some questions right now. One is, Aaron, this is not what I came here for. I just want you to tell me, like, how to sell my SEO services, right? How to sell my UX, UI. I just want to know how to sell customer stories, customer support videos. Okay, there are 3 elements to this. Oh shoot, it's already an hour. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. We can end this now if you guys got to go. I'm really sorry, and we can do this later. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to? Oh, it's only been 30 minutes. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, all right, I'm at 30 minutes. Okay, geez. Okay, so there's 3 elements to this in this like medical practitioner analogy. Okay, and I love this analogy because it's really it's really fits perfectly with the SaaS growth model. Okay, there's a general practitioner. Okay, then you have a specialist. And when you go into your family practitioner, what do they typically do? Is they diagnose you, right? They're not an expert in any one specific thing. They kind of know about a lot of different stuff. Okay, and that's kind of why they're there. You would not want to have your family doctor do heart surgery on you, right? Even though they have the PhD at the end of their name, right? So what do? The general practitioner does the what? They do the diagnosis. And then they tell you what they need. And then where do they send you? After they know, yes, they send you to a specialist, an expert in a particular field. Are they providing that service? No. Do they get some kind of like, in the medical field, I don't think this is legal. And it's not legal for a reason, because practitioners would refer people to specialists who would send them, like a kickback or whatever, right? But in the family practitioner field, I don't think you can do that. I think that's illegal, but they still have to do it, right? They have to send their business to someone, to an expert in a particular field. And so what a lot of these specialists do is they will go and meet with general practitioners. They'll kind of like, build a relationship with them and say, hey, here's what we do. We'll, here's some pamphlets that you can give to some of your customers. So they have, if you think they need heart surgery or whatever. So you have general practitioners through the auditors, you have specialists who are the ones that deliver, and then you have the hospitals. And the hospitals, if you go to the emergency room, because you have whatever, you have pain, you get an emergency room, and then they diagnose, and then where do they send you? To the 3rd floor, right? That's where our heart specialists are. To the 9th floor. They have everything in-house. Or Alex. To the morgue. Yeah, I couldn't find a way to fit in the morgue into this model. I apologize. Maybe someday, maybe somehow I will sometime. Yeah, right, upstairs where they bankrupt you. That's the difference between us and the medical field, is we're not going to bankrupt our clients. Like, our goal is not to just charge as much as we can. Sometimes killing is good. That's right. Yeah, and sometimes that's what they need. And that's the great thing about the audit, is before you start working with a client that has a bad product, you can audit them to find out. Right? It avoids all those issues. Okay, I don't know. Is this new to anyone? I feel like maybe some of you were like, well, duh, Aaron, of course they need an audit. Can I get some like feedback? Do you guys know this already? Or is this kind of new to you? Give me some feedback here. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, Mark, you're great. Okay. All right, so some of you are doing audits and some of you aren't. Okay, I'm just reading something, this is new. Some of you are like, this is not really that new. Okay. Some of you are just here because you like me, that just makes me feel great. Thank you. Okay. All right. Ooh, somebody says they've done this for years and does not work for them. Okay, that's great, because I have been doing this and it has been phenomenal for me. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to do this. Okay. Yeah, I might have a brand, but I've never run a SaaS company. Do you guys realize that? I am selling heart surgeons on how to get more heart surgeries and how to do heart surgery. And I've never done a heart surgery before. I know that's kind of an extreme example. There's a lot of people in my market who have had SaaS companies, and they can say they're 5X founders. Dan Martell is one of them. And I actually work for Dan right now. And it's great because he just says, I'm a 5X founder. I built 5 companies. I'll show you how to do it. I've had to figure out a way to do it. How to sell SaaS companies, how to build their SaaS product without running and ever owning a SaaS. Okay. That was my challenge. Now I had a group, right? And I'm a smart guy. Like I post in the group and I do comments and, you know, I try to help people and stuff. But I figured out how to do it without wearing my SaaS. So a brand is kind of part of it. But the group is so big now, most people don't know who I am. Right? Okay. So anyways, let me go back. So you can either be the practitioner where you can do the audit and you can pick a part of their company that you can audit. There's 4 areas that I look at. This is not to say that this is all the areas. Okay. Because really, if you look at the entire business, there's financials, there's growth, you know, there's team building, there's all these different elements, right? The ones that I decided to focus on were these 4. Okay, listen up. You're going to want to write these down. Are they the leader in their industry? Do they have product market fit? Number 1. Actually, those are 2 different things. Sorry, those are, I'm trying not to confuse you. The first one is, are they positioned as the leader in their industry? That's messaging. Are they positioned correctly? And this is after we find out they have a good product. Okay, they're not selling just like something random, right? So number 1, messaging. Are they bringing in the right people? Are they communicating the value of their product? Number 2 is, do they have the sales and conversion process figured out? Of the leads that they are bringing in, are they converting them? Okay, conversion. 3 is ACV. Are they delivering the most value to their customers, and are they getting the most out of each customer? Number 4 is fill the funnel. Do they have a way to attract new leads on a regular basis? Here's the thing. If you fix number 4 before you fix number 1 or number 2, you are putting brand new tires on a car with no engine. And they're going to tell you, your tires suck. I can't drive my car. You cannot fix number 4 or number 3 or number 2 without making sure number 1 is fixed. Okay. And there's ways you can tell that number 1 is fixed, right? Somebody mentioned symptoms, right? If I'm at 50,000 MRR and I have 1,000 clients, right? And I have a team of 10, right? And I'm struggling to grow. My messaging may be off, right? But I've gotten that far with that messaging, so something's working, right? And so that's where the audit comes in, because they don't know. Their messaging may be totally off. Who knows? But those are the 4 areas. There's other areas too, right? There's scaling, you know, there's building a team, there's the financials, right? But most SaaS companies have, and I love how Dan Martell teaches this. It's attract, convert, expansion revenue, and scale. Attracting customers, converting them, building expansion revenue, and then scaling. Okay, I position it a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. So does that make sense, guys? Are you with me on that? So that's the general practitioner. The specialist may not want to run the audit. All they want to do is they want to know who has the problem they can solve, and they just want to solve that problem. They're not the general practitioners. All they want to do is heart surgery. Okay. But the general practitioners and the specialists, they're partners. And the general practitioner can have 100 specialists they refer to based on what the diagnosis is. So you don't even have to provide the service. Once you diagnose, you can say, here are the people that you need to work with, and refer them. You can white label their services. And because you have a partnership deal with each one, because we're not in the medical industry, you have a partnership deal with each one of these companies or specialists, you not only get paid to do the audit, but you get paid if the customer converts. Right? And you work that out with your specialist. Okay. And then if you're the hospital, if you're the agency, you just do it all, right? You have somebody doing the audit. Once the audit is done, you present the audit. You say, here's what you need to do. Do you need some help doing this? Yes. Here's how much it's going to cost. Here's the value. Let's do it. So there's diagnose the problem, prescribe, which is the plan. So after you diagnose the problem, what they really want is a plan. They want to know what to do next. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard the phrase, I cannot see the forest for the trees. When I ask, what do they need? What's the biggest problem you have? What's the biggest problem you have? I just can't, I don't know. I don't know what the biggest problem is. I can't see the forest for the trees. I've been in the business for so long, I don't even really know what's working and what's not working. So if you give them a plan, say, here's what you need to work on, and based on the audit, this is what you need to work on, then you have two options. You can say, and here's, I'll tell you exactly what I did, okay? I told, in the group I posted, hey, if you're not sure where to go with your SaaS, let me come in and audit it for you, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to grow, and I will give you a plan, and you can implement that plan yourself, or I can help you. It's up to you. But once you have the plan, you know what to do, then you can find the people to come in and solve it for you, right? I sold the first few for $500, then I went up to 1,000, then I went up to 1,500, then I went up to 2K. I started getting pushback at around 2K, is where I was like, okay. At $500, people are like, sign me up. How much is it? How much does it cost? Or when can we get started, right? I was booked out for months. I was the one doing these audits, right? So I couldn't do more than a few a week. I had so many of them. But then the promise they got was a plan and a score. I gave them a scorecard too, and I'll show you what that looks like. Then you have, they have the option now that they know that you understand their SaaS better than anyone else, most likely, and that you have the plan, the chances of them hiring you are pretty good. So I sold $300,000 packages from these audits. And I had one person say, can we pay all up front? Okay, these are $10K a month, $100,000, $120,000 deals. After doing the audit, I did the audit. I showed them the presentation. I said, here's the plan. And then I said, you can do it yourself, or we can do this for you. It's $10K a month. Here's what we're gonna do every month. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deliver a new service for you, okay? All right. Okay, these are some really good questions. Yes, you do need hands working for you. If you want to be the hospital, okay? If you want to be the specialist, you need to have connections with auditors, general practitioners. Find the people that are doing audits. That's what's cool about this little group, guys. There's 40 of you here right now, 39. Some of you are going to want to be general practitioners. Some of you are going to want to be specialists. And some of you are going to want to be agencies. And some of you are going to want a mix of both, right? So the group that I posted at the beginning, that's where you're going to be able to find people that you can refer business to. Okay, number one. So you don't need hands working for you. You can just do the audit, or you can just be the specialist. I will share a sample. 10K a month is good if the ROI is clear. Yes, that's true. Our guarantee was, I think our guarantee at the time was 500,000 in additional ARR, or we work for free until we do, which is a really risky offer. Okay, I don't suggest that you do that unless you know you can help, but we have more deals than we can handle. Is it a free or paid audit? I would charge for this audit. It's worth it. If you did a free audit, you'd have too many people coming in. Because it's too valuable. It's too valuable. Plus, you want to pre-qualify. Okay, how many flopped? We had one flop. We had two flop. One flopped because they're getting a divorce. They're co-founders that got a divorce. Or no, one of the founders was cheating. They're married. Okay, I don't want to give you too much information. It just was a really bad situation. The other one was because we didn't pre-qualify them enough. And so we weren't a good fit, and they kept changing their product. Okay. How do you position yourself if you're not Aaron? You don't need to be Aaron. Remember, I didn't run a SaaS. And when I sold this offer, I told them, I haven't done this before. I've done pieces of it, right? And if you're an agency, remember, if you're an agency, you have to position the offer differently. You have to say, we will deliver this. If you're a general practitioner, you can say, you know what? I'm just going to deliver the plan to you. And I'm going to give you people that I know can help you. If you want to hire them, great. If not, you have the plan. But you can do these audits for $1,500 easy. You can have a team doing them. I've built a process out with the questions that you can ask so you can audit them. You don't even need to do the audit. Okay. So sometimes people would buy Aaron. Okay. But most people, what I tried to do is build the offer so that they were buying the result. Okay. You don't have to be me just to sell good stuff. You just have to have a good offer. Okay. And that's what I'm telling you right now. All right. All right. We have a few minutes left. I'm going to try to get through as much of this as I can. Does that make sense? So what I want you to do right now is put in the chat, do you want to be a general practitioner? Do you want to be a specialist, or do you want to be the hospital? I want to know. You don't have to tell me what you want to specialize in. I just want to know what the feeling is here. Hospital, okay, agency, complete agency. Okay. Awesome. Yes, perfect. Amazing. All right. So I don't know if you guys, if you take this chat and copy and paste it, you have your own network, you have your old network built out for you, almost, right? Like, if you have a specialist, Scott, let's say that you're a specialist in SEO, right? And I'm going to pick somebody else up here. Mark, let's say you want to be the general practitioner and you want to do an inbound SEO audit. That's all you want to do, right? You can say, I'm going to audit your SEO and I'm going to tell you what keywords are driving traffic. I'm going to show you what's driving leads. I'll tell you what content you need to create. I'll give you like a basic plan for the next 12 months. If you want help implementing it, I have a specialist who will do this for you. If you're a fit, because they may not be a fit. They may need something else, and you need to be ready for that, right? But that's how you can do it. And so, all right, yeah, Nirol, you want to be conversion rate optimization. Amazing. You have 3 or 4 specialists that are focusing on copywriting, and they focus on this and they focus on that. Okay. All right. Now that you understand how this model works, okay, I'm going to go over briefly where to go next. Okay. Once you know you want to be an agency, you want to be a general practitioner, you want to be a specialist. All right. The first thing you have to do is you have to decide what type of SaaS company do you want to serve. When I started, I thought SaaS was the market. SaaS is not the market. That's like saying, I want to serve small businesses. It's way too big. Way, way, way too big. There are levers or switches, it's kind of like a key, right? There's teeth on a key, and every key is different. Every SaaS is different because they have different levels of different things. Okay. Kamal, I'm gonna get to the qualification in a second. I know you guys are there's a few questions about qualification here. But first of all, you have to know what kind of company you want to serve. Is it a B2B? Is it B2C? Tell you right now, there are not enough people serving B2C. Most companies want to serve B2C. Do you know why? I'm sorry, B2B, because the same amount of effort you put into B2C, you put into B2B, it's a 10x ROI. If somebody pays me $10,000 a month and their ACV is $100,000 a year, I just have to get them one client a year to be able to pay for myself, right? If it's B2C, it's different. I'm not saying don't go to B2C. If you can figure out how to do B2C, and I'm going to show you some service you can provide to them, that's great. And you can scale it, that's awesome. Okay. But you have to decide B2B, B2C. What is the ACV you want to work with? Is it 1K a year, 20K, 100K a year? Every one that you choose is going to require a different set of skills, and it's going to require, it's a different type of problem set. Okay. You have companies that have been bootstrapped. They have less than 10 employees. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all the levers that I've kind of found, and you can kind of pick and build your profile, okay, that you want to serve. What you don't want to do is work with people that don't have money. I think one of the questions was, nobody has any money. I think when it was a registration and they said, how do we sell products or services to SaaS companies? No one has any money. That's a problem if you're serving companies that don't have any money. But I mean, honestly, if you need heart surgery or you're going to die, you'll find a way to get the money, right? But they don't know that they need heart surgery yet. All right, Alex, let's look at this. So 20K MRR, 1 to 10 employees, B2B, emerging tech, okay, founder who's passionate and not a moron. If you like working with morons, there's plenty of those to work with. Alex has chosen not to work with morons. Okay, that's great. Not going to judge. But that's fantastic, right? So Alex, that specific market has a unique challenge. Probably the number one challenge is communicating their new emerging tech. How do they communicate the value of it without focusing on the product, right? That might be the main challenge that they have. And guess how easy it is, Alex. You can just go in to any one of dozens of sites to find out Product Hunt. You can go to Capterra. You can find all the companies that are emerging, and you can reach out to them once you understand their pain points. So first of all, you have to know who you're going to serve. Okay, then you have to figure out what problems do you want to solve. Do you want to be practitioner, specialist, or general practitioner? Okay. Then it's coming up with an audit. All right. So the audit that we provided was a kind of a comprehensive audit. You can pick a specific type of audit that you want to do. Okay. And then guess what the offer is? Hey, if you run, go back to Alex. If you're at 20K MRR and have an emerging tech like AI or deep tech, let me come in and find out what's working and what's not working, and develop a plan customized for you to show you how to grow and scale. That's the offer. That's it. And you can say, here's what we did. Said, if we deliver this audit for you and it's not valuable, you don't pay anything. Okay, we did that for the first few until we got really good at it. And then we just said, we kept saying that. We just knew no one would get a refund because it's so valuable. But man, that's a really good, that's how you pre-qualify. You pre-qualify by charging for the audit. And then the audit is their test to make sure they're a company you can help. Yes, I'll share what these audits look like. Okay. All right. So then after you do the audit, you find out what they need. Okay. Then you need to have a service that you can provide to them. Now, the key to this is nobody wants to buy SEO. Nobody wants to buy UX, UI design. Nobody wants a financial manager. No one wants, they really don't want an audit, right? What you're really selling is you're selling the plan, their customized plan. You're selling what they need to do next that will have the biggest impact on their business. Okay, that's what they're buying. Okay. So once you've identified, once you've done the audit and you know what they need, then you have to have a service to provide. And some of you have that service already. What you need to get out of is the idea that you're selling SEO or that you're selling UX, UI. What you're doing is you're selling a result. And it doesn't have to be, listen, it doesn't have to be a revenue-based result. A lot of us think that SaaS companies, all they want is revenue, right? They want $10,000 a month, $100,000, $500,000 a month. A lot of these guys, founders, not all of them, but a lot of them just want a meaningful, significant result, like more traffic. What some of them want is like a developer that won't leave and disappear for 6 months. And the way that you get to that, you understand it, is by talking to your ideal customer. Okay, the question, and here are the questions you ask when you get on the phone with someone is, hey, what was happening in your business that caused you to reach out? Because that's the trigger. That's the present pain that caused them to reach out. My developer just quit. I just looked at the HubSpot numbers and traffic is going up, but conversions aren't going up. Right? Then you identify the trigger. Then you ask, okay, and I'm going to give you guys something that's just like going to change your life right now. You figure out what their old plan is, what they don't like about their old plan, and then you're going to give them a new plan. My old plan. So first you figure out what their present pain is. We're driving traffic, the leads aren't converting. Okay, well, what are you doing right now to solve that? Well, we're getting on the phone to convert every single lead. Right? We hired a bunch of SDRs to do this. Okay, well, what don't you like about that? Well, we have to pay SDRs to do this. It's a hassle. We have to hire them. They come in and they go. Well, great. Why? How is that affecting you? Well, we're wasting all this money, right? And I don't want to I don't have 10 SDRs doing this. Okay, great. Well, what if I had a way that you could convert all these leads without getting an SDR and hiring all these SDRs? You're giving them a new plan that's different from their current plan, and it eliminates the pain they have, right? So think about that. You're not offering SEO services. What you're offering them is a new plan that helps them escape from their present pain. So if SEO is what you're selling, right, and they're doing a bunch of paid ads, and they say, I hate running paid ads, it takes too long, it's expensive, blah, blah, blah. You say, well, what if we could drive a bunch of traffic to your site without you having to pay per lead? And the traffic just continues to grow and grow and grow. You'll never have to hire. You don't have to do paid traffic if you don't want to. You can, right? So that's what you're selling. Okay, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that but that's part of the selling process. Okay, so and most of you are going to want to sell something that scales, right? So you need an SOP, and in order for you to build something that scales, you need to understand who you can help. And I like the gun to the head analogy. If starting out, okay, you don't need to do this forever. I kind of do, because I think it's just kind of how my value system is built. But what are the criteria that customer needs to meet for you to guarantee a result? And you know what we found? If there's a company who is growing despite themselves, So they are continuing to grow slowly, and they don't know how to sell. They don't know anything about marketing. Okay. They have over 20K MRR. They're fun to work with. And they have an ecstatic customer base. They have customers that love them. I can guarantee you I can help them. Because what have I done? I've eliminated the go-to-market strategy, which is insanely difficult. Developing a go-to-market strategy is not only hard to do, it's hard to get someone to pay for it because you can't really guarantee a go-to-market strategy, right? That if you want to do a go-to-market strategy thing, my suggestion would be to like do a low cost to get them like going and get them the help that they need and get them into some, once they have go-to-market, then they move into something else. But it eliminates that. It eliminates the need for us to realize to have a good product, right? And we don't have to get a bunch of testimonials. We know people like them. We know they're solving a big pain. That eliminates so many challenges for us because all we have to do is go in and find out, all right, what do your current customers love about you? Where do they spend their time? What do they say that they love about you? Change that messaging to reflect what their customers are saying, right? They already have money. We know that they have money, so they'll figure out a way to pay for whatever we're going to charge. We had one client, I think they were at 30K MRR, and they wanted to pay 10K a month. Now they had money saved up. That's the thing. They weren't paying it out of their revenue. They had money saved up. This client, in particular client, had a printed book of all the testimonials that their clients had given them. A printed book. When I saw that, I was like, ding, ding. Like, let's do it. I mean, it was like incredible. I was like, I've never seen anything like that before. But that's a sign that they're doing something right. Mark, I don't even know if I have a fax number. All right. So, but for you, it might be different. It might be, did you just get $1 million in funding? And do you need to show your investors fast growth? That's the problem that you're going to solve for them, right? And it may be, are you at 50K MRR and tired of doing everything yourself and you need to hire a good team? We will find the right team for you. First of all, we'll do a team audit, and I'll tell you who you need to hire first. And I'll tell you how much you should be paying them, and I'll go find them for you, and I'll interview them for you. See, the benefit that you guys have here is that you're not coaching and consulting. You're not telling them what to do. You're doing it for them. Do you have any idea how much more valuable that is for the right SaaS company? I've done it all. I've been coaching, consulting. I've done services. I've done agency work. The easiest and most valuable service to sell is let's do it for you. Okay. If you're not in that mindset, if you just want to tell people what to do and not do it for you, that's fine. This is not for you. Okay. I should have made that clear at the beginning. This is for you if you have either you have the ability to deliver and follow through, which is something I don't have, or you have a team that can deliver, or ability to build the team. And you like creating these SOPs and processes. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pause for questions because I have a few more things I want to go over. I apologize, I'm over time. I will send you a recording of this. Let's open it up for some questions before I keep going, because I think I'm going to answer some of these questions for you. But I just want to get all the questions out of the way right now. Any question you have, okay? If you've already asked a question, please put it back into the chat. Is there like a question thing? I don't know. How do you qualify they're growing despite themselves? You'll talk to them. How are you growing? We don't really know. One of the keys is we just had a company just approached us and said they wanted to buy an enterprise license and we don't know who they are. What are you guys doing for marketing? We're not really doing any marketing. They don't know. They don't know that they're growing despite themselves. You know it, and you know what questions to ask. Okay. If they say, we have done everything. We have done landing page design. We've hired expert copywriters and we're still not growing. That's just sent up a red flag that they're not growing despite themselves. Okay. Yes, I will show you an example of the audit. Yes, I will show you what the audit looks like. No, we're not going to cover how to build a community. You don't want to build a community. Trust me. It's really hard. What you want to do is you want to leverage the communities that already exist. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Do you have any idea how hard it is to build a community? It's easy for me because I'm just like, I'm really good at it. It's so much easier for you to go to a group owner and say, how can I provide value to your audience to help you monetize your group? Okay. Joel, most of my clients were out of the US. I didn't serve anyone that was non-English speaking. They were all English speaking. Actually, no, that's not true. There was one customer I had where we did everything in English and they translated it into German, but I didn't do the translating. Where do you usually find them? Celine, where do you usually find clients? Is that what you're asking? Are you going to share with us the services you do and how you do them? I can't do all of that in this call, but I will give you some resources. You guys really want to see this audit. So let's jump to the audit. Okay. Let me just jump to the audit. Okay. Some of you are asking, let's see, where do you get the clients? I'll tell you a little bit how to do that. All right. So here is, I'm going to show you briefly the audit. So, okay. So again, I don't have time to go into all of this stuff, but here's what the audit looks like. So there is, first of all, here is a screenshot of the sales page that I sent out to people. It's a Google Doc. And this worked really, really well, by the way. I said, hey, do you want to do the 72-point audit? I asked a few questions. I said, all right, here's the details. Let me know if you want to do it. And I had people sign it up. This is the scorecard. Let me show you. Let me show you a little bit more of the score. Actually, let me go into, well, I'll do this in a second. Here is the growth audit intake. So we said, before you do anything, we want to know where your metrics are at. What is your month-over-month growth rate? What is your burn rate, profit, ARR, new MRR? Again, we built this to solve every problem, but if you're doing it for SEO, you would ask different questions. What SEO tool are you using, right? You're coming in as the expert. So you have to know what questions to ask that will give you the answers that you need, because they don't know if their SEO is any good, right? You just can't ask, is your SEO working, right? You have to go. We actually built a growth projection calculator too. So we said, here's how many demos you're getting per month now. If there's no change, here's what's going to happen. And here's what's going to happen if we increase, conversions by 15%. This was when you actually show them what impact it'll have just by moving a few numbers around. It's a much easier sell. Here's the agreement, a copy of the agreement. And here is what the growth plan looked like. So this is, we did this ranking. So if I'm gonna zoom in here. So this is part of we call it the scorecard. And so we have a statement and then a question. So, and I would rate it based on their answer. So this one says, we interview our clients and customers regularly and compile the data in a way that allows us to use it to our full advantage. And I read this question. I said, rank this from 1 to 10. How often do you do this? And they said 3. We don't even talk to our customers. As soon as they said that, this 3 here, this is an opportunity for me to provide a service. What service? We'll talk to your customers for you. We'll ask them the questions. We'll find out all this stuff, right? And here's what's really cool. This service, just being able to talk to them, just reaching out to SaaS companies and saying, hey, do you not know why your customers are buying from you? We'll call them and interview them. We'll put all the data together. We'll show you what customers are saying, and we'll charge $5K for it. That is the easiest sell in the world, because believe me, tech founders do not want to do that. All right, so another one here. What is the process for pulling valuable data from these interviews? They're not even doing it. The max score was 140, total score is 76. The rating is 54%, and this is what we put in the presentation, 54%. Okay, and it's good. We kind of made this up, right? Like, this isn't like totally scientific, right? You can massage this as you want, but 54% is not very good for market leader positioning. Like, you want to get that higher. And I think we said desired range is 70% plus, but there's still areas where they're not really thriving, right? And so that's where we kind of dig into that. What's the best way to approach these companies? Are they coming to you? I had an advantage because when people joined my group, I just asked them if they wanted help, and I would take the conversation there. But a lot of the services I bought were after they joined the group, and they were in the group for a while. I'll if I have some time, we'll do over that. What's the example of the offer to the group? Okay. All right, let's say I want to be a hospital, everything. How do I learn all the different aspects of marketing? Ben, that is a question I cannot answer. The only way that you'd want to be a hospital right now is if you know that stuff. You probably don't want to go and learn all this stuff yourself, because it takes so long. If it was me doing this again, I would either be the general practitioner or I'd be the specialist. I would not be the hospital. For some of you, running a hospital sounds like a dream come true. You know everything about everything, and you want to sell 10K a month packages. That's great. I don't want to do that. I will be sending out a replay. Yeah, Alex, you find experts. Bingo. Would you sell your templates? Yeah, got out pretty quick. Can you tell us more about your offer to help those? But yes. All right. So real quick, I'm not going to try to oversell this or anything. This is what I have for you. Okay. If you want help, this is all the time I have today. I wish I could tell you more about all this. I'm calling it the $1 million service, SaaS service in a box business. I haven't made $1 million doing this. I probably made more like 750,000, but that's because I didn't want to make $1 million. A lot of you are like, oh, it's crazy. I just didn't want to do it, but some of you might want to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. So I built all this stuff out. I have all the SOPs. I want to give it to you. Everything. I have a Google Drive folder with, I would at least $100,000 worth of stuff in it. Basically, I'm going to give you the sales page for the growth audit. I will give you the audit scorecard. I'll give you the monthly intakes spreadsheet, the growth projection calculator. I'm going to give you the contract that I used. I'll give you the example of the growth plan presentation, which is about 72 slides. I'm going to give you examples of finished growth audits and actual recordings where I deliver the growth audit that led to $100,000 a year sale. Happy birthday, guys. They'll also give you the post that I used to generate leads from this. Okay, so that's the growth audit. I'm focusing a lot on the growth audit because it's like, man, if you just did the growth audit, you'd be great, because if you have specialists that specialize in stuff, then you just send them. Okay. Here's my Google Drive folder. We have marketing and sales. We have the sales swipe file, market research, which is all the questions people have asked me in the group from the intake form. I have thousands of responses. Let me get into products. We have this is the coaching program that I was doing. And it has all of these trainings. So here's how to become the market leader. Here's how to write copy. Here's the demo flow method, which is what I'm going to give you today. That's the SaaS service in a box. I'm actually going to give you the sales playbook, which is how to hire salespeople, how to give good demo presentations, demo script, how to run your Dream 100, how to find partners, how to fill the funnel. This is how to do an in-app competitor onboarding audit. These are all the services that we provided. Okay. The perfect demo sequence. This is just a part of it. Okay. So why you can take any one of these things and you can turn it into a productized service. Okay. Listen, this trial to paid, I'm telling you, let's see, is it this one? Yeah. And I even have some case studies that you guys can use. I have a whole thing on trial to paid conversions. Yes. All right. Yes. Holy shit. That's exactly right. I am the hospital. I'm not the hospital anymore. I don't want to do this. You don't know that I'm being generous, Ben, because you haven't seen the price yet. Why are you doing this to us, Alex? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And yes, we did all these services ourselves. Why am I giving these to you, and why? Well, let me get to the offer. You guys, I would. This is probably worth around $50,000 because I'm giving you a business, right? I'm giving you everything you need to run a business for $50,000. And if you sold 10 5K projects, that you would be, and that would be easy, right? But let me finish, okay? Here's what else I want to do is I want to give you a live session on how to find clients, how to identify, reach out, and open conversations with them. We'll have a WhatsApp group. We call it When Things Go Wrong WhatsApp group. So you can post stuff in here like, hey, Aaron, here's this sales conversation that I'm having and I need help. We did the trial to paid conversion and here's what happened and I need some examples and some help. I'll help you. This is the 100K sales call example. So this is this actual sales presentation where I did the 100K. And here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to sell it for 3K. So 1K now, 2K in 30 days. I'm calling it the pay from profit program. So 1K now in 30 days. I'm going to give you 30 days to make 3K from this. And so it'll pay for itself. Okay. And that includes the lifetime access to the trainings and workshops, 12 months of my help. My guarantee for this is if you follow the processes, if you come to the calls, you reach out for help when you need it, you'll make the entire investment back in 60 days. Or I'll start a private WhatsApp channel with you one-on-one until you get your first client. And this is a super special bonus just for those of you on the call. Once you figure out what service you want to provide and how you want to provide it, you deliver it to me as a test client. I'll review it. And if it's good, if it's quality, I will let you post in the SGH group. I'll help you write the post. I'll show you to do it first and help you write it. And then you'll get all the leads from it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Oh, there was a few questions here. Why am I doing this? Frankly, I don't have the time to deliver all this. I spent the past 3 years. Okay. You guys want to know the truth? or you want me to lie to you? I'm just kidding. A year ago, I discovered that I have ADHD. And what that means for my ability to provide services is there are certain business models that don't work for me. One of those is the agency model. The reason is because I am not good at follow through and I'm not good at delivery. What I'm really, really good at is building SOPs and processes and figuring out what people need and building offers. Once I built all this out and I started selling it, I realized I don't want to do this anymore. It just takes too much time. I built a business that I didn't want to be in anymore. And what I realized is that there are people out there who are really, really good at delivery. And they would prefer to do delivery. And they don't want to start from scratch. They just want to have something to sell. And so I realized that when my daughter was in the NICU and I literally couldn't work at all, I realized I can't do this anymore. But so how can I take advantage of all this? Is by teaching other people how to do it and then helping support them, which is really what I love doing. Like if you posted a chat in the WhatsApp and you're like, hey, take a look at this email or whatever. I love reviewing this. I love coaching and I love doing all that. That's what I prefer to do. Okay. Thanks. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm giving all this out. This is like, I'm looking for a handful of people to get in the program and for me to help them. And then I'll probably raise this to like 5K and then probably 10K. Cause I don't want everyone having access to this because it'll kind of dilute it. Even though there's enough going on. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to be totally honest with you guys. I want to be. Mark is a tech savvy sales guy. Yeah, perfect. That's great. Absolutely. There's a huge market for that, Mark. Thanks. Is it possible to become certified and able to access the SGH group? Isaac, yeah, if we go through this together, then yes. Part of the certification process would be getting access to all these SOPs because this is how you solve the problems. And then you can reiterate and you can take these and change them however you want. And then once I take a look at it, I'll let you be certified in the group. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time, guys. Our time is up. I'm going to wait here and answer any questions that you have. I don't think that I'm going to offer. I'm not going to offer this special bonus to anyone that's not on the call today, by the way. Is anybody on the fence about this? Or any questions? Is there anybody that's like, this is not, if you just added this, it would make it an absolute no-brainer? Yeah. You're welcome, Yoel. Thanks, Mark. Thank you. You're welcome, Nuno. Alex, yeah, yeah, I'm happy to go over that a little bit. The last part, the Google Drive, you mean? Yeah, so let me give you a look into this. So this is my Google Drive folder, and within here we have in the products we have, oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot to show you something. So here are all the services that you can deliver. There's a link to this. Thought I had it in here. It's in a, I'm going to give you access to a Notion document where, and this is also included. So you see here's the growth model: market leader positioning, scale, automate sales, increase customer value, and fill the funnel. And then within that are the SA deliverables, and these are the deliverables that you'll get. So how to build the dream customer client profile. There's a whole training on that. There's a whole training on how to build trial to paid onboarding right here. There's a whole training on how to interview clients and get gold from them. Alex, what do you mean by time to process that? You guys can hop on and ask me some questions. We don't have to do this on chat.
Sure. So can I ask a question?
Absolutely, Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not working, we did marketing, and it's too overwhelming to have to cover too many. It's like having a second business if you're really into that client. And that's why we switched to UI UX, and we do development work for some of the clients as well. So is this, and the audit part, it's brilliant because you start with strategy before you can offer something and send people to some marketing agencies and or friends, etc. So I'm here. I'm really interested in the audit part. Like, what was the 72 questions you asked? That's valuable to me. But other than that, I'm not still sure about the UX / design, etc. part without the marketing. Yeah. So if that makes sense, because
yeah. So
the KPIs of users, but not the sales and results, as you said.
Yeah, because you're doing UX UI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't really talk about UX UI very much in here. But so what I'll give you in here, and what are you focusing on UX UI specifically? Like, is it onboarding? Is it just building a better user onboarding experience or better experience in general?
It's rather a complete. Well, it's one of the things. One is the old SaaS is too old, so they have to rebuild. So they have to redesign the whole thing on a newer, better level. They want product hunt launch. They want some and on top of that, they want better user experience because users are complaining and competitors are with new and shiny user experience, like what was that LinkedIn, Stefan Smollers, they did a UI UX redesign. So that kind of thing. We could have done better job for Expendi, that I think. We do mostly complete redesign, but we start with strategy as well.
Okay, awesome. So what is your question?
The question is, I don't understand the package, and I'm trying to see what is valuable here for me besides the audit for strategy.
Okay, all right. If you already have a service that you're trying to provide, so I'll just tell you what I would do. What I would do is provide the UX UI audit. Okay, you say if you're unhappy with your UX or UI and you need to redo it, we'll tell you what we would do, how to fix it. And you either provide like a redesign of one of the pages or something, and then you present that. And you can even charge for that. And then once they're sold on that, once they've seen that you can deliver, then you just deliver the UX UI, the design. I mean, that's the process that I would go through for that. The only way, and I don't know if this is going to be super valuable for you if you already know what you want to do and you already have an audit in place. The only thing that I think would be valuable is once if you joined this program, then you could send me some of the work that you've done, and then I can certify you to be able to post in the group.
Yeah,
and show you how to
that's valuable.
show you how to sell the services. Yeah, if you already have a service right now and you're like, we know we have what we have, we need a little bit of guidance, the audit will help you kind of like determine how to build a UX UI audit, and I can kind of work with you on that. And then really it's certification so that you can start providing value to the group, and I'll teach you how to provide value to the group and insights and how to do it so it's not spammy and you have my blessing on it.
Oh, thanks. Especially I'm interested if there are like customers with more than 20K MRR, as you said. So that probably are. I'm just not sure.
Yeah,
so,
there's lots of them in there in the group.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming, Alex. It's fun chatting with you. Cool. Irakli, sorry, I should probably just call you by your last initial Z. It is a bit overwhelming and there is a lot of stuff in there. That's why you have to decide first, do you want to be the hospital, practitioner, or a specialist? Once you know that, then you look at who do you want to serve, what problem do you want to solve, right? Irakli, if you're really good at SEO or really good at marketing strategy or paid ads or SEO or whatever, and you know that's what you want to do, or you're like, I don't really know what I want to do, and here's a list of every deliverable that you can provide. You know, do you want to do pricing page copy redesign? Do you want to build an activation sequence? Do you want to optimize someone's demo? Do you want to help them get listed in directories? Do you want to build a content strategy for them? You just pick which one that you want to do, and then within the community that we're going to build, you either find somebody who wants to audit, and then you can build the relationship with them, or I can just show you how to do it, how to push the service. You just, and I'll get you certified, and you can provide it in the group. You're welcome, Yoel. There's a lot of stuff in here. I totally get that. Which is why I want to provide that ongoing WhatsApp group help to help you figure out what you want to do. The first thing that I would suggest is looking through the audit, identifying, figuring out if you want to do the audit or providing the audit as a service. And if you don't want to do that, you can still provide any one of these services. In the WhatsApp group, we can help you find out who are the people that you know you can help, so that way you can just push that one service. You can build an offer together. Cool. Any other, is there anyone else who's like, kind of not sure? They're like, this is, questions. I don't really have anything fancy. It's just a Stripe link. If you want to get in, we start tomorrow. You'll get access to everything tomorrow. Any other questions?
I think having the option of becoming certified and just be able to access the group on a valuable manner, not becoming spammy, just pretty much bringing value to the group, to whatever, each of us have like going on. It, like, just alone that, man, just having access to that, like, to me, that I know the power of Facebook groups is just insane, bro. Like, just one client sign up there, pay for the entire thing. Plus, you get access to a bunch of different services that you have going on. So I think the offer is clear and strong to me. Definitely signing up into this, man.
Okay, yeah. If the certification is really important to you guys, I will make more of an emphasis on that. If you already, let's say you already know what you want to provide and you already know the service, we'll work together to get you certified. We'll go through like a process, and then we'll maybe have a few calls, or I'll do a training on how to, I definitely will do a training on how to leverage groups. But I'll work with you a little bit closer to make sure you get clients from the group.
Yeah, I think you can do like a roundup meeting, once a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And you connect with all the partners working in the group. Like, the offer is strong on somebody like that doesn't have like any idea, what service to provide. Or if, becoming a general practitioner is, the right path, like, just by knowing how to audit properly and just understand the audit. Like, to me, that's also a strong point. Like, it's very valid to have like audits, like, as a general practitioner, as you call it. And that offer.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The audit is the key. It's so valuable. And if you don't want to do the audit, you can still focus. You can still do an audit, but more specifically around other things. The audit process that I'm going to give you is, you can customize that for any type of part of the business that you want to audit. Yeah.
Right. I see the value, man. Definitely.
Great. Awesome. I'd love to have you. Alex, awesome. Is the link is there. I don't have any automation set up. So once you get in, I'll just check and let you know, and then I'll start sending you logins to everything. What if we haven't launched our service business yet, Scott? So you can just take any one of these services here and you can provide it. We have a whole, like, an SOP on, like how to reach out to content partners, content distribution. Like, the SOPs are all here. If you find something you're like, I want to provide this service to people because this is where I feel like I can really deliver value, then that's it. Everything's here. Thanks, Dujan. Thanks for coming. Mark, you have a group that people with Google Ads for about 25,000 members. Awesome. It's awesome, man. I mean, part of what's cool about this, what I'll teach in this program is how I monetize my group. So that might be helpful for you. And by the way, like, this is kind of an evolving offer. So if there's something that you're like, hey, can you spend a little bit more time on this? Can you spend a little bit more time on that? I'm happy to do that. This is kind of like my beta test group. And I want to create something that's really super valuable for you. And I honestly, I'll give you everything that I've done. Right? I'm not going to hold anything back. So Mark, if you're like, hey, I want in, but I want to get help on how to optimize my group or monetize it, I can help you with that. Yes. So the sales playbook is what I wanted to give you. And this is, it's an SOP on, you share my screen, on a few things. One is how to hire great people. This is the ad that we use to hire SDRs. So if you wanted to provide a service that was like, hey, we'll find SDRs for you, or you can actually sell this Google Doc. I'm giving you resell rights to this. Here's how to qualify. Here's how to conduct a discovery call. So you can either sell this or build this into a SaaS company. This is how to pre-sell the product before they get on the demo. Here's a demo script, phrases your SDR should use, cold call strips, and then demo follow-up emails. So if you go to a SaaS company and say, hey, we want to increase your demo conversion rates, you got everything that you need here to make sure the discovery calls convert better. I mean, just a perfect demo script is worth thousands of dollars if they implement this. And the sales prospecting phrases, right? Like phrases to use to get to the decision maker. I mean, you can either give a little course on this, or you can actually do it for someone and put it together. You could probably charge, if this is the first time that you've done this, you can just charge between anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 for this, and it's already done for you. And do you want the link? Here it is. Let me drop it in. Here you go. You guys get that? Okay. Who else is kind of on the fence or not sure? Alex, dude, amazing. So happy to have you in here. I have a meeting coming up in a little bit, but by the end of the day, I will send you links to WhatsApp and all the materials and a bunch of stuff. Guys, here's the link to get started if you'd like. I'm just really happy that you guys all came. This was a lot of fun for me, and I'm really only doing this because I really enjoy it. So if people are not like super interested in this and they don't want it, this might be the last time that I offer this. Which for some of you might be like a bonus because no one else will get access to this. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming, Mark, Alex, Bill. Thanks for coming. Celine, thanks for chatting with us. Yeah, Isaac, super excited. Kamal, Calvin, Scott, glad you're here. Glad you found the link. Tulio, good to see you. And then a bunch of anonymous visitors. Thank you all for being here. Yeah. I got some good focus music, man. I'll include that in there too. As an extra special bonus. I'll give it to you for free. So. Cool. All right, awesome. I got to run off to another meeting for my other day job. So if you want to get in touch, you know how to get in touch with me. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. And if you missed the link or missed anything, I think I'm going to send out a replay. Do you have this? Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Please go celebrate your birthday, man. Honored that you'd share your birthday with me. Cool. Love you guys. Okay, let's be in touch.
Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, we'll see you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, bye.
All right.